If you ever see me make a video on a full game, you know you're in for a treat, especially if you bet on the under. But if you bet on the over and you see this sweet, sweet thumbnail pop up on my channel, just go ahead and take that L, baby, because you know there was a lot of punting and not a lot of scoring. So today, we look at the Bengals versus the Broncos and this 13 punt masterpiece. So Kevin Hubur comes on and comes out of the gate, guns blazing. And was that Mr. Krabs' daughter? Because, oh my goodness, that was a pearl of a punt pitting the Broncos back in their own stable. Sam Martin comes on and is like, okay, Mr. Hubur, I see you, and I'll give it a shot. But he's about 12 yards away from the sideline, so he runs it back, saddles back up, and gets on the pony again. And you know what he does? He dongs it. He had to absolute nuke 50-plus yard punt out of bounds on the 10, just like Hubur does. Hubur is in a bit of a bind, sitting at about his own 5 yards deep in the end zone, right? And for this, the punters, that's called the no-no square. So Kevin is like, let me just remind you guys which side of the 50-yard line is actually yours. And he kindly sends them back to that side with a 57-yard fair catch. And if it's a fair catch at 57 yards, you know he probably should have sent a message to NASA warning them that there was about to be a freaking nuke launched into space and to move all satellites that you might have in the surrounding area out of the way so that there was no catastrophe, but luckily all damages were avoided. So then there's a little bit of a dry spell, but notice here we're on punt 6 and quarter 1, which means if you know me, I'm watching this game feeling rock solid, hoping that we're going to keep pace, and keeping pace we do because these offenses were more anemic than my girlfriend. Hubur tries the old keep away ball, netting him a nice little roll for a 41-yarder, and then was like, ew, Australian style punting. Let me take this shit back to America, the land of the free and the home of the nukes, which is exactly what he does when he blasts this ball over the head of the returner with this absolute missile that's down on the 5, and Sam is playing follow the leader, but is 2 punts behind, so now it's his turn to play keep away and get similar results, leading Hubur to try it one more time just to make sure he still hates this punting style. And God bless America, he does. So now Sam Martin catches back up to Hubur style and is hitting spirals. And this one is just a single nut hair away from being probably the punt of the year. I mean, just look at this bounce. He needed it to be just a yard further away, and I'd be on my knees worshiping the ground he punts on. But this game isn't over because Hubur hits a solid punt that looks returnable and probably was. And that may or may not have been thanks to war crime levels of blocking penalties committed by the Broncos return team. And I guess 6 punts in and you're just like, screw it, I guess we can block however we feel like. This brings Sam Martin back out to get a solid punt because they're relying on the Bengals' self-sabotaging offense to give them a chance to make this 5-point game a negative 2-point game. And would you believe it, they give them that chance. But not after the Broncos' awful clock management leaves them with 0 timeouts left and a little over a minute to play. So Hubur kicks a punt, and it looks like it's going to be a dagger into the heart of the Broncos. But a good return and some terrible effort on coverage, it makes it more like a butter knife to the knee of the Broncos. But when you have Andrew Luck as your QB, that is all you need. Regardless, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you have an amazing day. Peace.